Alright, ahoy and good day, folks. Today I decided that we're going to do a little base tour since there's so much drama with ARK and all the stuff that I've built might get wiped here, or I might just voluntarily wipe it, but I thought I'd show some of my builds before anything does happen with this whole ARK situation. So, alright, welcome. We're going to start here with the island. We are over in my first spot that I like to start at, and we are at my first oops. Alright, so there we go. So this is my first raft that I like to build. We are down here. There's a explorer note on the inside of this. But I'll show you this raft first. This is a pretty sneaky raft. Again with that. Alright, get ourselves on walk. Open this bad boy up. It doesn't look like much, but it's not supposed to. So what we got here is just, it looks like a very beginner raft. Made it out of wood. But should we turn this bad mamma jammer out of being stuck in the rock, now see that, oh, I'm not even going to be able to get out of this yet. It's been stuck that long. All right. Well, try this again. Alright, so I've got forges and all sorts of stuff built on an extended part of the raft, and get out the door now. I can. Alright, so nice little way to have sneaky everything. Build stuff out on the extension here, and then you can just hide that inside of some of these rocks on the shorelines. So I got all sorts of storage here, got my forges, got a bed, all this stuff. And usually if you're in a PvP situation, anybody comes across this raft, they're just going to think it's a beginner raft. They'll probably leave it alone. Good way to keep your stuff nice and safe. But we will just tuck it back up in here in the rock, just like this. All right. And the other nice thing is the rock helps to block all of this stuff. There we go. There's that little raft. It's a nice little sneaky starter raft. Then I've been doing a lot of these platforms. Been running Platforms Plus, and if you get a pillar down, you can end up building these things real nice to make some dino towers, if you will. This was just an experimental one. Never really finished. I was just trying some stuff out. Little landing platform on the outside. Just a little nifty place to store some dinos. I've also went around with behemoth gates all around this area, because what I usually like to do is build a little hut right here. Get ourselves back walking. Alright, so like to build a little hut up here and use this as a taming area. So here I can tame through all of these hatches. I can pick up dinos, swing them in here, use the natural wall right there. So they don't end up running up and out. Just drop them in here and start laying tranks into them to tame most of the bigger stuff, all of that noise. But we got our nice little hut here. It's got our standard stuff in it. We got a second floor up here. Got some power. Some other bulk crafter stuff. Just a standard little square hut, just so we can have some taming stuff. That's usually what I do, is I just keep taming stuff in here. Because I'll tame things here and then move them to other bases. So just nice little hut there. I can fly around. We got all of this area, another little taming area, because I went around and blocked all of this off with the behemoths. A couple of regular dino gates. But there's an explorer note right here, so I tend to tame them on the other side. This was just to block it so we don't end up getting extra XP when we don't want it on the critters. So there we go. There's this nice little area. This is also out where down below myself, probably about right here, there's an underwater cave. Gives you some good red drops, etc. Alright, so from this one, I do have another dino tower here. This one's got a nice little extra taming area in the front. I do have some dinos in here. Let's put ourselves back on walk. Myself ball. So we can open this bad mamma jamma up. Inside here. So a lot of my dino towers are built the same way. I found a way to make little pens on each side. We can fill them up with... I've been putting 2 of each dino type in there. Got the stairs going up. Got myself built another little base area for some storage of stuff. Beds. Item collectors, farmers, stuff like that. Sounds like I got some bees going on somewhere too. Or it's just this compost bin. But I get them built so they'll auto-collect stuff for me. And just go upstairs. Just another repeat. Same design. All the way around. Another floor here. This one we've got our S+ hatchery. So we can collect eggs and stuff like that as they lay them. And this area here, as you can see, we've got unicorns, some ovis or procoptodons here. This is a glass wall here. They can't get out. A nice way to keep them segregated, so if we ever wanted to breed them, we can just breed them right here where we want. Our hatchery can pick up everything and take care of what we need. This is not my main hatchery area, so it's just kind of dino storage and collections. Another area, we got some Silas, saber-tooths, direwolves, hyenodons. We can open these up. Check them out. Dire bears, Perlobias, Daedons. Some more Equus. It's a nice little way. You can always keep going vertical. Keep building it up. This area here is the top. This is where I keep my flyers, because we can get out like that. You can fly right out the roof. Other people can't come in. Or we can go out these doors. So yeah, just at the top I usually make a little area for my flyers. For when I'm jumping around, I got some glass floors so we can run around up top and look down, see what's down there. All right, some feeding troughs. And let's put ourselves back into fly. So that's this dino tower with a different little top on it. Let me take this off so I don't deal with that all the time. All right, since we're using fly, don't need the tech to screw everything up because it'll take me out of fly. Yeah, so nice little. Keep going with the spiral design. Nice little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the top. So little 6-story there. Not a big footprint, so things still spawn around. All right, so there's another one of my dino towers. We are still here on the west side of the map. All right, and I will just pause this bad boy and fly off to the next one, and we will check out the next little area I've built here. We'll be right back. All right, so now we have come to another area I like to build. Let's see where we're at right up there on the map. Kind of in the northeast. But usually I will build. There's a drop that comes down around here from what I remember. So I didn't build up here this time. Just because I didn't want to interfere with anything. I was trying to keep a low footprint, if you will, on a lot of this, even though it's single player. A lot of test builds, but usually I build some bases and some traps right here on these pillars. However, this time, there's another explorer note on that one. This time I built over this waterfall. It's just a goofy little build to try some stuff out. Just for some scenery. Just a couple behemoth gates. Not even topped off or anything like that. We're surrounded by the spikes. Just because I was just trying to see what I could do in this area. But another good area to build up. Kind of centralized on the map. So it's easy to get to some things. I think next I will show you Herbivore Island, which is right down there in the very southeast. Show you how I have that bad boy built up. And there I have a whole bunch of rafts. I tend to build on a bunch of rafts. My land bases tend to just be a lot of experiments and bait for when it comes to PvP and stuff like that. So here's this little base, just some storage, just some stuff, your normal stuff that you'd have. And all right, so we will catch up at the next base. Okay, so we have made ourselves over here to Herbivore Island. I'm really high right now, so I'll come down and the base will start getting in. This is I took over the whole island, so I have our bay blocked off so we can have some water tames in there. Bay blocked off with the behemoth gates. Got a couple of extra rafts that I was going to do some building on, but haven't gotten to yet. There's one of our megalodons just kind of swimming around out here. This bad boy is I built back when you could still put dinosaur gates onto your rafts. But this is my trapper boat. Got some ramps going in. These will actually, you can use this boat build to trap T-Rexes in, actually. Everything up to T-Rexes. So usually I'll just kind of cruise this boat around for a while and go to an area close to whatever creature I'm trying to tame. and get them stuck in here. Drop them in here with the bird if you want. I got a landing platform for the birds, etc. It's built out to limit. The too high walls make it so T-Rexes can't escape once they've walked their way in there. Then you can just shoot them through the doors. It's a nice little trapper boat. Go inside, just a smithy for some storage, some preserving bins so I can hold meat and berries and stuff like that. Nothing too extreme. Got the bed, some extra storage, and a fire on this side in case we gotta heal up or anything like that. It's not really a living boat, but it's one we can use for taming as long as the leads doesn't take it down. You can build it out of metal as well. Sometimes I will build up to build a metal one of these, but I do like the stone. Stone is all you need for wilds, but if you're on a PvP server or whatever and you're worried about somebody taking your raft down, you can build the metal motorboat and build it up to limit, and then nobody can throw C4 on it, etc. But nice little boat trap design. All right, and then we've got an area denial. Usually this primitive version will have plants on it. Once you put the plants after you build the limit, then they can't really destroy anything by throwing C4 on your stuff. So just kind of put the plants on here, build it up like this. You drive this into an area and it pretty much protects it. And you can throw some storage in here. I always do some feeding bins just so I can keep food in there. I kind of use them as primitive refrigerators. Some things keep in the feeding troughs better than they do preserving bins, and then you don't really have to keep anything in there. Gives a different timer. There's one area denial build. Here's another area denial build. Couple more plant sections. This one, I believe, yeah, it's empty on the inside. Still has some space you can put some beds down, some other storage. Yet another area denial. So if you get a couple of these in an area, nobody's coming into your base. They're not flying in. They're not walking in. If you build these right with the spacing, sometimes the plant will actually shoot the stuff that's down below you as well. And if you want to go full gun version, we got another area denial with some turrets on there. This one's rocking a whole little base on the inside, everything you could need. Preserving bins, smelter, fabricator. I do run a bulk crafter mod, which has got some smaller versions of all the stuff. And it's a pretty nice mod. I was running that before S Plus came along, and then S Plus came along. They've got some nice stuff too, but still kind of a big area. All right, and then we've got some other extra rafts I haven't built on yet. But this is our expedition boat. This is our main expedition build boat. I've got a couple of them. There's some more area denials. That one's got a turret on it. There's my Expedition 3. These ones I will build so I can go out and do some expeditions, find some areas. This one's not built out on the inside with all the stuff I usually put in here. Usually I've got a bed up here and all sorts of stuff. I have altered this design quite a bit. It's another one you can build yourself an area denial. You can put a door here and put a chair on the front so you can use it as a fishing boat. plenty of room to build yourself a little mobile base. That's kind of what I like to do. I don't like to stay in one spot too long, especially if I'm on a PvE server. Even PvE, I just don't want to narrow myself down. I tend to do a lot of the build a boat, make my own little water worlds. But yeah, just a couple little expedition builds to go out and cause chaos. I usually build them up with the plants and everything, so the trick is to build up to the limit, and if you build up on your rafts or boats to the limit of stuff that you can put on there and then put your plants on there, the plants don't count at the end, but they the grown plants will. You get your crop plots, build up to limit, it'll still let you plant your species X plants, and then they will still grow and work, and then it's over limit on pieces. So if you got all your stuff on the inside beds and everything, you got these doors on here, anybody comes up and tries to throw C4 on it, the C4 will not stick. So they become pretty much unsinkable. Virtually unsinkable. You can still, there's still ways you can knock out the plants, and if you're lucky enough and given enough time and effort, they're still sinkable, or the lead sixths will take it out as well. But all right, the rest of the island, I just kind of block this area off pillar wise, so the stuff that's on the outside won't come wandering in. The stuff that's on the inside, like these titanosaurs, should they go nuts, they won't walk over. Can build a couple of little 3x3 huts in here too. That's about all I ever need, because I tend to play solo. We got some feeding troughs in here, so this is just something I was doing to make more room for the bigger dinosaurs that I didn't have in other places. All right, so there is my herbivore island build. And we will catch up. I think the only one I have left now is the one over by the Beaver Lake. So we will catch up at Beaver Lake and get one more shot. Distance of this one. Blah, blah, blah. All right, and we'll catch back up there at the next base. All right, so here is Carnivore Island, and I don't build anything on Carnivore Island, but I do tend to build some boats. Let's see if they're still here. Ah, there they are. All right, so I got a couple more raft builds. Here's my main expedition one here. Let's just put ourselves into walking again. All right, so same build as expedition 2 and 3. This one I don't seem to have all my stuff in either, but it's still buildable for portable base. So we got that guy. Raft is protected in that one. All right, so this is my alpha killer build. So we can drive this raft over to Carnivore Island there, and you can actually bait the Alpha Rexes and Alpha Raptors, Alpha Carnos into the water. And it's got a little piece that's built kind of in an I shape down here. And they will not be able to climb up the front, so they just kind of sit right here. You bait them out into the water off to the front of the boat, and then you can either get on the ballista here and just ballista them in the face until they die, Or if you'd like a little more experience, you can actually whip out a pike and stand about right here and pike them in the face until they die. So if you're ever looking for some quick levels, this is an excellent build for that. I got everything on the inside we could want. Beds, in case you do end up getting glitched where it does bite you through the floor. If you die, you can just respawn at your bed, pick up your stuff, go back to what you were doing. But we got smithies, forges, all the rest of this. Actually get up top by coming up the slopes. We got some plants just to do some extra damage and help us out when we do bait the alphas. But yeah, this is the alpha tame boat. You can actually mount the ballista from down below as well. If we come in here and we look up, boom, the alpha killer. So yeah, we can drive right here, and then you just turn around. This is the back end of the boat, the raft. Built out. Some rails to keep us from falling off the sides. Area where you can use this as a grand mobile base as well, seeing that we have everything that we need. We got our power, that's from the bulk. Those are awesome. You only have to put a crystal in them. You got infinite power. You don't have to keep making gas. Refrigerators for stuff. Preserving bins. We got our grinder. Dry cooker. I mean, everything you could really need, unless you need extra storage. So these vaults are really nice. From bulk. Hold 500. Take up a small area. Ourselves back on fly. Take a look at it from above. Count your squares if you want. Yeah, there's the Alpha Killer build. Love that boat. Now this one is another portable taming build. We've got these on the front. You can bait things into here. Got your doors behind them. Strength through the windows on the sides. I got food right there. Got a ballista up top. Things are a little tight on the inside, but we got everything we could want here. And a little portable tame base. And we can look up and if we were on walk and everything, make it right. You can access the ballista on top through the floor again. A nice little raft build, portable base with some taming capabilities. I mean, you can run Ankies in there. You can do all of it. There's enough space to hold just about anything. I might alter it a little bit, maybe, and put some windows instead of walls right there. That way, if you need to, you can stand up here and trank through the wall where you're nice and safe. Those tend to be what these little windows are for. Another little nifty build for taming. And then I just got feeding trough here for when we bring some things out. Not sure. I should have a raft built somewhere. Another thing I like to do. So when I usually do my raft builds, I will build up all these little different rafts. And then like the alpha builder, I will either leave here, or if I am on a PvP server, what I like to do is bring it all the way out here to world border behind Carno Island. Gotta go this way. And if yep, here's the corner. So if you build and plant all of your boats in a little water world right here in the corner, nobody can get at you from that side. Nobody can get at you from this side. You just kind of put those area denials in a little arc out front, keep everything else in the back. Nobody usually comes out here. It's a good little place to hide yourself and keep from having people raid your bases. Pretty much ends up being unraidable. So you just take a whole bunch of those area denial rafts, put them in a big arc out there, pepper them around all out here in between all your main base rafts, and you can either fly out there or take your boats out, do what you do. Takes a minute to get back out to this point, but I mean, gotta make sacrifices for safety. So that would be my little raft bases, a couple of them. And then we will come over here, and this is kind of my main area with my main dino tower and a couple of little builds. We have put behemoth gates up on all the entrances into here just to block it off. And this one over here, it's just behemoth gates across. I mean, you can stack them in a PvP situation, do what you want to do. People can still come over the top. You can always build a whole bunch of turret towers, do what you do. Block this area off. We just got a nice little barn area I was kind of fooling around with. This, you can actually, I got some door here. We've got some secret crop plots. We can, they're kind of a, it's a mod that's not been discontinued. But you can grow anything. Yeah, tech plot 2.0. I got my ionize settings where you can put anything in there and just duplicate full stacks. I never run out of resources. So just a little build I was dinking around with. Kind of used it to put some of these tames in here. I got the bigger guys out here. The Tyrannuses back in a corner here. Just kind of using all the natural I can to keep everybody in. Rock elementals is extra blockage here on those. We got a little build down here for a transmitter on the pond. Just things I was fooling around. Oh yeah, here's my greenhouse. Standard greenhouse build. A little low, but it's got some stuff in here. Feeding troughs, because I just pick the stuff and throw it in the feeding trough. Alright, so yeah, just a little greenhouse I decided to build there. Got the water feed, everything like that. And then we've got my main dino tower. This one's real fun. Oh yeah, I got a Giga back here and the tech replicator. This guy is my favorite one. My favorite dino tower. All right, put ourselves on walk. This one I actually got an elevator built, and I mean we've got almost every animal in the game up to a certain point. I think Ragnarok. We got to everything all the way up. This one again, nice little base area here at the base, at the bottom. Got our tech doors. The ones that automatically open tend to be the ones that I don't have anything in yet. So, we got 9 floors on this one. We walk back to the elevator. We're going to use our number pad. We'll go to floor 1. I got an opening on this one on every level, so we can just take it up. We'll actually just hit 9. It's just a oop number pad. It's just a repeat. But I do have a clearing in the center. It's the same build as those other ones. But if we get some dinosaurs that we want to put up at the top, we can always walk them in the front door, get on the elevator. Elevator pushes us all the way to the top. See, we got everything all lined out here for all the perfect 150 tames that I've gotten. That's the bug level. This one I got some birds. And then the big birds all the way at the top, and griffins with the exit. And then we also have a teleporter at the top, so we could teleport around. I used to run a different mod. And then if we wanted, see, I got a sign on all of them. We'll just hit 0. This way we know which floor we're on. And 8. Different things in the center. Some of them are just a light for the night, and some of them are like the hatchery and stuff to collect eggs, feeding troughs, etc., etc. Transmitter, or that's my mutator. One of the two. And we got a tech generator. There's our hatchery. Yeah, good stuff. I believe... Oh, yeah, I got my upside-down tower build. Started with 3x3. Decided to see what I could do with building an upside-down tower, basically. I don't mind the green wall. That's an effect from... some of the feeding troughs. It's my feeding circles. There was an update. They didn't used to show up. There was an update, and now I can't figure out how to turn them off. We got our feeding troughs down here. Up the ladder. Map, power, bed, storage, crafting area, if you will. And then we can also... go up here. This is our tech plot. This is where I was growing all the stuff to... We got all our artifacts growing and all the other stuff so we can do the boss fight. See our Sarco scales and stuff like that right there. Also got one that is growing element for us. Alright, and then from there we climb up, and this is just an area where I could park Quetzals and stuff like that. Got some behemoth gates up here. Just an experimental build. Pretty nifty. things to play around with. Yeah, we got our little floating platform, and I like how it goes over out here. I got these glass down here so we can look down on our capros and our sarcos. So this was all, I built all of this pre the ability to have cryopods and everything like that. So that it's a big game changer, having cryopods. So I don't have to build this big to have all the dinosaurs. You can just end up cryopoding them, throw them all in a cryo fridge, yada yada yada. It does kind of look like a giant cryo fridge though, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, those are my my bases on the island. Uh, Still got the other maps to get a couple of base tours. Here. Thanks for scoping them out, and we will catch up on different map. Until next time.